There's a difference.
Before everyone gets in here, Herrick texted me. He said, "Hey, if you get on the Zoom call, say hi for me. I'm not ignoring them. He's stuck on set, and also McConnell can suck his ass."
Yeah, I'm sure McConnell would like that, to suck Herrick's ass.
So I just realized something, and this is, I hope that Michael's on here because I'm very confused about this. So apparently this stimulus check, they're basing upon our most recent tax income, which I got my last stimulus because I hadn't filed yet. But this year I'm like 2019 was great for me. And now I have a feeling I'm not going to get any stimulus because it's based off of what I made last year and not the fact that I'm 10 months without work.
But I'm curious about something too. Is would it be called stimulus or stimuli now, because it's the second one?
Oh, look at you.
I don't want to mess this up.
Priorities, man.
We have to call it stimuli, or else we just sound stupid. No, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, Nat. Like
that would be absolutely insane to me.
I'm like, trying to figure things out for a different reason, like because I'm actually looking to hire some people, and right. So one of them's a web developer, and he likes to be paid C2C, corp to corp. Basically, he's got a corporation. He'll do 1099, but he doesn't want to do a W-2. And as far as I can see, there's no way to cover that through PPP, which sucks. I mean, you can cover it through the other 40%, I guess, because now they've lowered the bar to where you can spend 40% on other things.
Did you check? Like, because I thought they amended it that you could do W-2 or 1099 employees.
I don't think
because
so.
They're technically an employee, an independent contractor.
Well, my people checked.
I mean, at this point,
so I didn't look myself, but my people checked.
Yeah, that would just really suck when it's like, yeah, I could really use $600, and then it's based on my income from last year. It's like,
I like what Patrick sent out today on Instagram. Do I buy a $600 gun or a $2,000 gun? I need to know. That was a good one.
You don't want the gold one.
There you go.
Costs extra.
What's that?
It costs, huh?
Costs extra to plate it.
Exactly. We need to know.
I haven't seen Cosmo in a few weeks. What's up, buddy?
He's been here.
Cheers. Was he here last week? I thought he was gone working on a gig.
He was absolutely here last week.
Oh, it was the week before.
Yeah, I think he missed one. Cosmo, we're talking about you like you're not in the room.
I just missed the guy. Shit.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh, Joy, Herrick just texted me.
Cheers.
Happy almost New Year.
I wonder if he said the
Happy
same
almost
thing.
New Year, indeed.
Marcia, is your outfit suggesting that something happened in the world of sports ball?
Tonight, my Gators have their bowl game.
Well, I wish them luck.
Sports.
Sorry? What'd you say, Diane?
I wish them luck.
Thank you. I still can't believe that you and I pulled out machetes last week.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of statement that is.
I think we may need to cut back a little bit on the alcohol consumption on these things. Although your problem is different, Marcia.
Problem?
You're hitting the bong before you come on. Well,
it's never a problem.
Your state, your, what do we call it? It's not a problem.
My happy world.
Yes, exactly. Your happiness is from a different place.
So recently, to just deal with everything, I've been starting with, I have a little bourbon before I have my beer, because apparently I need to drink twice before I get on this call.
Isn't there a song about that?
Yeah, one bourbon, one shot, and one beer.
Whiskey before beer, never fear.
What's the song that I'm thinking of in Canada? There's a song, like this crazy redneck band in Canada did a song called Smokes and Chicken. That's what it's called, Smokes and Chicken. Oh, I mean, it is a funny ass song. I got to try and look it up. I don't have my phone. I can't.
Sounds classy.
Smokes and Chicken, baby.
That's
Let me see
funny.
if I can find it on YouTube.
Sounds straight out of Nashville.
It's good, man. It's a
Wow,
good
I
song.
had have a friend who lives 2 buildings away from that building that completely imploded in the explosion in Nashville.
Oh
I
no.
spoke to him today
Where's she
and they're-
living now?
Sorry?
Where's she living now?
It's a he. It's 2 he's and a dog. And they have a place to stay. They have roofs over their heads with friends and people who have reached out, but they just moved to Nashville from the Baltimore, DC area like 2-3 months ago. So they're kind of still in shell shock, obviously.
Mm.
They
And that's
were
a lot
so
coming
great.
from Baltimore.
Come again?
So that's a lot coming from Baltimore.
Baltimore, DC, wherever. It was just like when I found out that, anyway, I spoke with my friend today and they're fine. However, I just can't imagine the shock. Literally, they ran from their apartment when the police said evacuate in their pajamas at 5:30 on a Christmas morning. Like, who has the forethought to bring anything with them?
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
And that's when you need the doggy parachute rig
Exactly.
with the doggy rappel rig.
Yep, that would definitely have come in handy. They were on the 3rd
Man,
floor.
last week was crazy. The more I think about it, last week was really nutty, man.
Guys,
The
we still
dog
have-
parachute thing came out last week.
Yeah,
still
it
have,
falls right in line, though, don't you think, Marcel?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, guys, we still have one more day for 2020. Fuck with us. So
Oh, yeah. Why'd you have to go there? Why'd you have to go
I'm
there?
just waiting for. I-
He froze.
What happened?
We lost
Got
him
him.
right just like that.
I
Right,
think
once he
of
was about
the
to-
Centerfield song, "What a Difference a Day Makes."
Hmm.
Bob, you're muted.
That's the way we'll remember him.
Just
Yeah,
permanently frozen that way.
That'll be all of our screensavers.
Why does Gibson look like he just opened the briefcase from Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
You talk about a creepy end of 2020. What the hell's about to go down here?
Yeah,
Really?
that's true.
Hey, Ellen.
Hey, Marcia, how you doing?
Good. How's sunny St. Barth?
It's going to be very windy. They're expecting gusts up to 55 miles an hour over the next
Wow.
couple of days.
Damn.
Wow. It's
And,
breezy
uh,
here. We've
Maybe
had
Yeah.
25
Right.
mile an hour gusts. You up by you too, Marcel?
Yeah, it's been windy. It was beautiful today, though. I worked outside all day. I mean, I sat outside all day working. I
Gorgeous.
didn't work. I didn't work outside. I'm not like the
Yeah.
we're
landscaping.
gardening.
Battle.
We're gardening.
You don't want me gardening,
It's
especially.
like perfect Florida weather though, with the highs in the 70s. Oh,
Yeah, it's nice.
delightful.
There's probably people that don't want to hear that. Dearson, you need a freaking haircut. You're starting to get a little messy up there.
I know.
I'll bet
I've been
Like-
letting myself go.
You're letting it go.
You have to buy gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a man bun soon.
You walked in with that, I'd be like, I don't know that guy.
The most
That's a
bizarre.
vision
thing
in and
ever.
of itself.
Well, it's sort of the creepy thing is I can still grow a full head of hair. It just doesn't look right.
Well, almost full, let's say.
Almost, yeah. The
Yeah,
back
almost.
gets a little dodgy.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? What's news? We have a small group again.
Where's everybody?
Holiday break.
Maybe just nobody wants to talk anymore. Nobody wants to hang out.
I'm really surprised Michael isn't here.
Matt's back.
I'm here. I've been
You
here.
were probably talking the whole time. You were frozen
No,
for
it's
like ever.
there's something up with my router, so I switched to my other router. That's fine.
You got to stop stealing the neighbor's internet. You got to get the internet from next door, not like 5C down the hall, you know?
No, my it's my time capsule that I sync to, and for
Oh.
some reason it doesn't stream well.
Ah,
Sync to a time capsule?
Yeah, I use it as my backup, hard drive backup and everything.
2004 called. They want the
that's what I was just thinking. I haven't seen
It's
a time
great.
capsule in a while.
It's great because I don't have to fucking think about it. I just it just backs up my shit.
They have a thing called the cloud for that.
Yeah, but
Uh-oh.
I'd rather have it physically in front of me
Ah,
as
conspiracy
opposed to
theories.
worrying about.
Didn't work out well for AT&T.
As I say, am I the only one that still has a hard drive in a safe
I have
deposit
my
box?
own little time machine.
Yeah, Josh, you get it.
Oh yeah, no, I've got it right here. I've got the tall one.
I just can't deal with my shit being. I can deal with photos on my phone, but like tax documents and all that. I can't back that to the cloud.
I've got the airport for the twins' iPads, so I don't have to worry about 5-year-olds ruining everybody else's internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Those two can suck some bandwidth.
Welcome to the future.
Faster than a bank account.
So I just got an email from the state of Illinois was doing a grant, a business interruption grant. And Matt Bros, did you just get an email too? Saying no to you? Yeah. Bummer. It was supposed to be for 10 grand.
Why no to you guys? Is it industry specific or something?
It was based on like really affected zip codes. There was a lot of like criteria that they were basically the last couple of weeks like begging anybody to apply. And then all of us that had applied were emailing them being like, hey, just checking to make sure you got our application. And then, so they were trying to like do communities that were really nailed, which I live one zip code away from one that met the criteria. But I'm just checking with all the Illinois businesses. So Troy, Ben, Floyd, Tyler, none of us got it.
Is that is that the SBA?
No, this is a state of Illinois business interruption grant or big program.
With the EIDL, you should, if you've gotten it, you can apply to get your up to the full 10 grand grant that you haven't gotten, or you can apply to it again. But the rules have changed where if you live in a place where it's like 20%, like in a 20% kind of median income place, and I think more than 30% of your business was interrupted, they'll give you the full 10 grand, and then whatever you qualify for on the SBA EIDL.
If you have that info handy, could you shoot it to me? Because I never got the EIDL the grant portion. We just got the loan.
Yeah. Let's. I'll touch base with you offline.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, wasn't that initial 10 grand like anybody could get it?
No, they kept changing it, and that's what.
Oh, really?
Sucked. So at the beginning, it was supposed to be anyone who qualified for the SBA loan would get $10,000 grant. Then the SBA changed it to for every employee, not including yourself, you would get a grant. Then they changed it again that said you could include yourself as an employee. So independent contractors, 1099 people, whatever, could apply. And then it's based on your 1099 income from the previous year. So I only got like 13 grand. And I only got a grand grant on top of that.
Oh, okay.
Which now apparently with this new EIDL thing, from my reading of it, I can re-dip in and possibly get the rest of that 10,000 grant. So I need to.
But Matt, isn't it amazing how well we've trained ourselves to live on nothing? I mean, and I mean that from personal experience too. You know, my cost of living has gone down by about, I don't know, 80%.
It's crazy. I got a BJ's, which is like a Costco membership.
Yeah.
And I go there and I buy like big things of meat. One of my quarantine purchases was a vacuum seal.
You buy meat?
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know exactly what you're talking.
I'm kidding.
But like proteins, like
This is the guy with probably an $80 bottle of wine and a $30 cigar there, Marcel?
Cost of living's way down.
It's a $22 bottle of wine.
All right, so you haven't slipped that
And a
much.
pretty good one.
And
You know what's crazy is John Dunn hit me up. He's like, you should join my wine club. He like did this side gig of like being a sommelier of a wine club, and he's like trying to get me to buy like these $50, $60 bottles of wine, and I'm like, bro, I go down to the liquor store and I buy the $10 like
The
Willamette
box of wine. The boxes.
Bodega special.
Twisted tea.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, I buy in bulk now, you know, and I find a way to freeze it and vacuum seal it and just pull it out, you know.
No, I mean, you know, for me, I've never been one to pinch a penny, but I've definitely, you know, cut back on a lot of things. You know, for one, I only have one car right now. That's been strange for me. Now, please pray for me, people.
I gotta mute myself.
Nice, Dan.
Yeah. So I'm smoking a non-Cuban cigar.
Shocking.
The humanity.
Sacrifices.
Oh, horrors.
Domestic
How
wine.
dare you?
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
I will say something cool happened today. So Cuomo, I wish David was on here. So Cuomo spoke about, so they're going to allow the Buffalo Bills to do 6,700 people for the playoff game. And they're going to do they're not doing rapid tests, they're doing normal tests, and people have to come within 48 or 72 hours. They get tested free of charge, and basically pods in the stadium, and then they're going to do full contact tracing. And what Cuomo said was, he was like, there's no way we could keep this economy closed for this long. Theaters, restaurants, retail, events in general. And
Well, as a Floridian, I would only say it's about fucking time, because you know, we got 15,000 people at the games and have all season pretty much.
No,
But I just got an email from the Florida Panthers today, the hockey team, and they're doing 5,000 people, indoor arena.
Well,
so
I mean, there's a reason why we're
no,
like,
it's progress. It's progress, at least, you know. It's progress.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a Broadway show, but those houses, as big as they look,
yeah,
you know,
no, it's very tight.
And
No,
you're-
and I'm not saying you go full wide open on everything. That's by no means not what I'm
But I
saying.
mean,
No way.
what I want to do is tweet them the fucking article from Germany and be like, just they've already done this. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean by pods?
Implementing common sense is the hardest part. And yes, educating people to say there is a way to do this is probably going to be one of the hardest things that we're going to face in this country, because we're so disjointed. You know, looking at just this conversation, and Marcel, you're pointing out Florida, and you know, and you and I have probably different experiences with the way the state of Florida is handling things. You know, so you know, it's
For different opinions, not different experiences. I mean, we're both healthy.
Yes. Well, yes, but I don't know. I've had an experience that took me just a little too close to comfort, in that I was exposed probably within 24 hours of a group of people who did test positive. Thankfully, I didn't. One of the four that got sick got really, really, really sick and ended up in the hospital, and ended up with COVID-related pneumonia, and was over 75 and died. And that was like 8 or 9 days ago. So that was just brutal. A little too close for comfort for me. And when I look on the news, and whether you believe that they're testing correctly or incorrectly, all I have to go on is the data that's published. And the beginning of December, we had like 3,500 cases in the state per day. And yesterday, I think we had over 11,000 cases per day. So that to me says, Marcia, too close for comfort. What works for me is staying in and not going out for New Year's and not doing things.
Perfect.
And that's my choice, which is totally different experience than yours.
Totally. No, but I mean, I agree with that choice. I agree with everybody's choice. Whatever your choice is, I agree with it. Because that's who we are. We're humans and we make our own decisions. We're adults, right? Most of us. I mean, I question a couple of you for sure.
Agreed, but it would be nice to see the numbers go down, and it would be nice to have, you know, now that there's a vaccine, I think everyone agrees there's hope on the horizon. How that gets executed remains to be seen. For events, we've got models that they've done successfully in Europe. It would be great if our country would follow the lead and example of other countries that were successful.
Yeah, but the bottom line, I think, is that does anyone really know what the hell they're doing? Because, you know, the successful ones generally are super small population. So, you know, like people were saying, follow the lead of this or follow the lead of that. And then they fell back into, you know, very bad places again. So, you know.
Yeah, I was on the phone with a friend of mine earlier, about an hour ago, from Australia. And he lives in New South Wales in Sydney. And we were speaking about that versus Melbourne, which is in Victoria region. And they have two completely different sets of restrictions and what's open and one is strictly shut down and one is not. And I said, so in New South Wales, it's much more lax. In Victoria, it's very shut down. I said, so what do you think? 60 days, do you see there was a difference between the two regions? And he said he thought, even though he didn't necessarily agree with everything that Victoria did, that they ended up being more successful in containing the virus with the tighter restrictions. So even though it wasn't his cup of tea, he did agree that those 60 days produced a positive effect on avoiding infection.
Yeah.
So that says something to me, you know.
Hey, I wanted to share this. This was from Wiseman. I was hoping he'd pop in, but I don't know if you guys know about this KISS show in Dubai. Sorry, I wasn't trying to change the subject on you, Marsha.
No, go for it, Marcel. I was done.
KISS is doing this show in Dubai called KISS 2020 Goodbye. I was kind of hoping it was called KISS Goodbye, but can't
have everything.
Hang on, how do I? Oh, yeah, this stage. He actually had sent me pictures of. I don't remember where the other pictures were, but this stage is massive. It's right behind the hotel. The hotel is the Atlantis, and it's just a friggin' massive stage. And I guess what you do is you pay huge money for these suites in the hotel to watch the show. And then there's like VIP couches around the pool area and stuff where people can sit, but it's supposedly a pretty big event. And they're saying that it's the biggest pyro show ever
Wow.
being done. So
When is it?
It's tomorrow night, New Year's Eve. I think it's a pay-per-view. I don't even know. Does anyone else know if it's a pay-per-view or if you can get it for free, or I don't know how it works. Loader must know. Come on, Eric.
Eric knows.
My wife is a KISS freak. She probably knows.
It's a pay-per-view.
I'm sure it's going to be on.
Is it pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's different prices. I think it starts at $40 and it goes up to, I think the most expensive one's like several $1,000s.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you get for a pay-per-view that's several $1,000s, but.
Gene better come clean my house and wash my car and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Go watch a KISS show for a couple $1,000s, man. No thanks.
You get a backstage camera view.
Oh God.
Did Gene Simmons sit on these couches?
The show will begin at 1 p.m. Eastern.
What time?
See them in the dressing room in their underwear for $1,000.
What time is it,
The show will
Patrick?
begin at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on December 31st and be broadcast online on Fight, a premium pay-per-view streaming channel for $40. There is 1 hour pre-show before the concert begins. You can watch the show through the Fight TV app, on a streaming box like Amazon Fire's TV or game console or your smart TV. KISS's concert is a kickoff show, and its farewell tour, which was delayed due to COVID-19. Despite being a socially distanced show, it'll feature roughly some pyrotechnics and take place on a 250-foot stage. The band's manager has said this concert is, quote, the biggest production in KISS's history. The show will be filmed at the Atlantis Hotel in Dubai and use over 50 4K cameras to give you a 360-degree view of the concert. This is far more elaborate than any live stream show we've seen in 2020 and may set the standard for large virtual shows in the future. Keep in mind, you'll need a very fast internet connection to stream video at the highest possible resolution.
Sounds like if I want to get hammered at noon tomorrow and party all the way till New Year's Eve, I should.
I didn't say it starts 1 o'clock on the East Coast.
Yeah, but
it's actually party at noon tomorrow and rock and roll every day. I think is the format for this band.
Yeah.
Only in Detroit.
Interesting.
Bum.
Did you guys see my Ramones thing I posted online?
I don't think so.
No, what was it?
We all stopped. We all stopped unfollowing you a while ago, Matt.
Thanks, Loader.
You can share if you want. I just opened it up, although you don't have any internet, so you can't.
I'll throw it on there.
Oh, it's a meme. It's a meme.
It's not a virus. It's a meme. It's not a virus. So what you see me post is not a virus. I found the shit.
All right, I'm bored.
And thanks, Loader.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
No, Loader did.
What?
We just snoozed you. That's all.
Oh, the cool thing about this KISS show is it's on at 1 o'clock Eastern time, which means it'll be on YouTube by about 4 for free, right? So if you can hold off that long, you know, I'm not suggesting piracy or anything, but I ain't paying $40 to see KISS on a pay-per-view.
Come on, Marcel, you got to support our industry.
Who's the lighting designer?
Like Gene and Paul need my support. I don't think so.
I just hit up Sooner and she didn't go. She
No, it's
said-
not. It wasn't Sooner. It's
Oh, I know. Who did it though?
Wiseman told us last week. Cosmo, you remember?
Well, it might be the lighting director from the tour, but it's her. It's the same design that she did, so I'm sure they just plug and play.
It's Ragman. Whoever
There you go.
Ragman's got pushing for him.
Yeah. But yeah, she said everyone flew over there before Christmas to quarantine.
Wiseman just got there. Wiseman got there yesterday or 2 days ago.
Well, do you think Wiseman touches a light? Let's be real.
No, I talked to him yesterday. He was on the beach. So he said the hotel is outrageous. The food is incredible. Yeah, he was like, wow.
Company money well spent.
Yeah. When I for some odd reason follow Gene Simmons on Instagram, and he was putting up pictures of him practicing, which is probably a good idea, in his room, and there was a pool table, and like, I mean, his room is bigger than my house for sure.
Sounds very Dubai.
Very Dubai.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys. I got to jump. But
what?
New Year.
Oh, man, I just moved into a new house. As you can see.
Congratulations.
Sweet.
Looks like you unpacked.
It's much redder than your old house.
Yes.
10th day of load-in so far, and perpetual projects just nonstop. So
that's good.
It was good to see you, John.
Yeah, likewise, man. So we'll talk soon, and let's hope for a really kick-ass 2021.
Absolutely.
Here's to it.
John, good to see you, buddy.
Cheers.
Hey, see you, John. I don't want to call anyone out, but did anyone other than me get that monkey wrench swag Christmas thing?
Nope.
Because it was the coolest thing ever. It was like a roll of toilet paper and a gobo that I don't remember exactly what it said. Seth, maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, I think you were the only one that got it.
Only
said,
me?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, only me on this call. You didn't just send
yeah,
one
on this
out.
call. Yeah, no, it said that got real 2020, and then we've got your back in 2021. But then it's a bamboo roll of toilet paper that's like super soft from a company called Who Gives a Crap. And they donate like half their money to put like plumbing and toilets into third world countries. But it's just like their marketing is amazing. So it was a good like.
It was absolutely the coolest swag. The coolest swag, the coolest Christmas card / corporate gift sent out
So
this
show
year.
and tell it. Where
Well
is
done,
it?
Seth. Hang on. Well, if you don't have one handy, I can go grab mine.
Yeah, I'll go grab one. I've got one in the office.
You're gonna
I'll
grab
in
one?
a second.
Okay.
Did anybody get Early Bird's Christmas card?
Oh, wait,
Early
mine just got
Bird's-
delivered.
They did a very clever one.
Oh, but
Yeah,
I don't have the card that came with it.
Oh, that's cool.
There's the toilet paper. Who gives a crap? And here's the gobo.
That's great. The gobo's awesome.
That's fabulous.
I'm actually still getting Christmas cards in the mail. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy that it's almost New Year's and I'm still getting Christmas cards mailed the second week in December.
Well, thank God we gave all that money to the Postal Service.
Yeah.
DeJoy's killing it right now.
I got a call today for a Christmas card that arrived in New York that was sent out literally 14 days ago.
I ordered
Yeah.
a gift from Indianapolis that went from Indianapolis to Teterboro. 2 days later, it left Teterboro, went to White Plains. 3 days later, it left White Plains, went to Brooklyn, then to Long Island City, then to Astoria. The thing fucking took me 2 weeks to get something from Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Hey,
I got a package
Seth,
coming
I
in from
already
Rhode
showed
Island.
those.
That's been in transit for 2 weeks.
Honey, how long did the fabric sample take to get from Ontario? Over a month.
Oh, it's another country. Matt, you and I, your package to me and mine to you were both sent 3-day priority and both took 6 or 7 days.
Crazy.
My wife got me this for Christmas, and all it is a fabric sample from a suiting company out of Ontario, and it took over a month to arrive.
She got you a fabric sample for Christmas?
Yeah, well,
You're
there's
getting a white suit?
whole story behind it. It's from a special atelier in Ontario that does a specific type of suit.
Like
So,
a monkey suit or? what kind
No,
of suit?
a proper dress suit.
Oh.
Well, truth be told, it's as John Wick a suit as you could possibly imagine. It's actually a custom tailored, perfect suit that is then bulletproof lined.
Bulletproof lined. Oh my God. That's
Love it.
hilarious.
What does a Kevlar suit weigh?
Because shit gets real
Really
serious at
lightweight.
the Toy Awards every year, where you're gonna need some bulletproof tuxedo.
That's hilarious. So I learned a lesson on Black Friday. I ordered 2 sets of these AirPod Pros, one for my son and one for my girlfriend's son. And, you know, I went for the best deal I could find, and they were $150 each or something. So I bought them, and they were supposed to come in like the next Wednesday. And this was kind of a dodgy seller on eBay anyway. So I was like, is this guy screwing me or what? So Friday, I sent him a message and said, what's going on? And he goes, let me get back to you on Monday. So the following Wednesday, I get back to him and I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he says, oh yeah, our stock came late. And do you want to cancel or do you want to wait? And I said, no, I'll go ahead and cancel. So I went and bought them from somebody else for like $170 a set or whatever. And so then 3 days later, 2 sets show up. And then 2 weeks after that, like 3 days before Christmas or something, another 2 sets show up. So now I got 4 sets. So the guy didn't cancel. And long story short, all 4 sets were friggin' counterfeit. They're all
Really?
like bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
like, you know, they couldn't connect to the iPhones and all these. And I have some, so I know how they work. And you're opening the box and it's all rattly and it just doesn't feel or look the same, and it doesn't connect the same, and they sound like shit.
Oh,
So I had to return all 4 sets.
We had that, the AirPod issue. So we did that for what's that right after Thanksgiving, Black Friday after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, you know,
Yeah.
so they had the Black Friday sales, and like Wired Magazine or something had put links to like the best Black Friday tech deals, whatever. And they had the
Yeah,
AirPod.
that's what I did.
And it was like $100. It was
Yeah, that's the
significantly
regular
less.
AirPods, not the
Money.
AirPod Pro, right?
No, these were the pros, and they had a killer deal on it. It was like, oh, that's really good, you know. So we get a set.
Too good to be true, perhaps.
Well, as it turns out, so
Yeah.
the box shows up. I open it up. There's no AirPods in them. It's an empty box.
Yeah. More air.
Oh no!
than
So yeah,
phones.
the first ones were used. That was it.
That's hilarious.
I opened them up, and there was literally earwax on the damn thing.
Oh,
No way.
Nasty.
Oh,
Nasty.
And of
That's
course, send them
disgusting.
back to Amazon because these were all through Amazon. You know,
Well,
I sent them.
Amazon's so much easier
They
than
sent
eBay.
another set. They open the box. The box is fucking empty.
No.
It's like, guys, just cancel this shit.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon's usually really, really good. I haven't had that problem, but I'll tell
They
you
were
what,
very
I'm
good about returning
completely, and this isn't an ad for my own company, but I am so sworn off of eBay at this point because,
yeah.
you know, I'll try and make a long story really short. ended up with a center channel from a, what should I call this? It was a small sound system that was in a very small media room in my former house, right? But it was a pretty expensive center channel speaker. So I sold it on eBay, and I think I got like $350 for a $2,500 center channel speaker. And it was $75 to ship it. So the guy paid the shipping, $425 total, right? He gets it and waits like a week and then sends me a message saying there's scratches on it. And I said, read the ad. It said there's scratches on it. And he goes, yeah, but there's more scratches than I thought. And I said, well, I sent you pictures. You asked for pictures. I sent you like 20 friggin' pictures. I don't like it. So I want to return it. And I said, well, it says right in the ad, no returns. And he goes, well, it got damaged in shipping. And I said, no, it didn't. You just told me it had scratches on it. Well, I don't like it and I don't want it and I just want to return it. And I said, dude, it's $75 to ship it. I'm not going to pay the shipping to you and pay the shipping back. That's $150 on a $350 sale. So he says, fine, then I'm just going to go through eBay buyer protection. And I go, okay. You know, I'm thinking my ad said no returns. It showed scratches in the pictures. It said there's scratches on it. So he goes through this buyer protection. So a week and a half or so later, I get an email from eBay saying, we've taken $425 out of your account. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go, okay, send me the speaker back. Nothing from eBay. So I send the guy a message, send me the speaker back. He goes, no, I don't need to. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I call eBay and I get some freaking buddy in another country somewhere. And, you know, they tell me, no, because you said no returns, he's not able to return it. I said, but you gave him the money back. And they said, yeah, but this is how no returns works. He can't return it. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. So he gets my speaker and my money. And they said, yes, sir. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. So I lost the speaker and the money. Incredible.
All right, I can beat Ellie on this game.
Good one.
So
Before you start, I love that shirt, Bob.
Oh, thanks. I was trying to beat Cosmo in most colorful.
It's going to be tough.
Hawaii.
Yours is a little louder than Cosmo's.
Okay, my voice is too. But Cosmo's going to remember this because I asked him about some used VL 3500 wash FXs and were they a good lamp, and that I was offered him at a killer deal. And you know, this guy had he had a website, he had a place you could go in and put orders in and the like, and a competitor to Marcel. And
shame on you.
Yeah, I know. I learned my lesson because this guy not only didn't send it, and months passed after I'd sent him money, but then I got a phone call from I called Europe because I knew where he ordered them from, because for some reason he'd forward me a piece of paper, and he goes, yeah, well, I never got paid for this, so I never sent them, says the guy in Europe. So now I know I've been completely burned, like $17,000 or $18,000.
What?
And oh yeah. And then I'm trying to pursue this. It goes past New Year's, and well, somebody anonymous forwards me the notice that the guy passed away.
Oh my God.
End of story.
Oh no.
Well, Bob, let me
End of
promise you
story.
now, if I die, you'll still get your money, okay? Or your gear. I promise.
You got
Yeah, I
elves
mean,
in your workshop?
That's one of the problems in my business, you know, is there's so many of these people who just pop up a freaking, you know, $200 website or a Shopify site or something, and yeah.
It's
I have
not just
a crazy person in Europe who's attacking me now. He screwed one of our buyers, and now he's attacking me on Instagram. And I don't know if anyone on this particular call got messages from this guy, but this guy's messaging my family, my friends, my customers, my employees, saying that I'm a shyster. And he found a picture on my Instagram of, I won a bet in one of my kids' race. Oh no, it was a hockey bet against the Chicago Blackhawks. My team won, and the guy paid me the 20, and I took a picture of me and him going, I got his $20. So it shows me as this guy flashing money and smiling, going, look, I took your money, right? And this guy's sending it to, so I get it from my son going, what's this guy doing? And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I
You
got
gotta
tagged.
be kidding me.
It's
Oh,
like,
you did?
why am I getting tagged in this shit?
Everyone did. Everyone did. I mean, hundreds of
lunatic.
people. I've gotten so many messages sent to me. Who is this guy? And I've got several friends who replied to him going, fuck you, or, I'm going to kill you or whatever. He's from like Latvia or something like that. And he's just a complete psycho. So, I've reported it to Instagram and they're like, well, this doesn't really seem to be against any of our policies. And I'm like, it's against all of your policies. What are you talking about? But apparently I had friended him and that's how he was able to get to all my friends. So, I just have to be more selective of who I accept as friends, I guess. I don't know. But
He started posting pictures of himself in a hospital after some operation saying, I need this money now more than ever before, as you can
he's
see.
a psycho. That guy is a complete psycho. I mean,
It's crazy.
like I have some friends in weird places, at some point you just, I don't know. He's just
Marcel,
so
by the
weird,
way,
dude.
I'm looking at this KISS thing with this new fight channel.
Yeah.
So it's very, very easy. It's FITE.TV. You can go to it. You can order your KISS concert. But at 6 p.m. tomorrow for $5, the Doobie Brothers will be live from the Beacon Theater. So that may be
See that I want to watch. That I want to watch.
Is that a live
So far
show?
$45 and I'm entertained all day, right? Is what you're saying. That's pretty cool.
I think it's a small investment to just cover.
Well, wait, who's
the
on
entire-
at like 9 o'clock? Got anyone at 9 o'clock? Hi, Peter.
9 a.m. is the preview show. And that's free. You can watch that for free. And then KISS at 10 a.m. Oh, this is this is Pacific time.
Yeah.
And so I guess 9 p.m. would be the Doobie Brothers show.
Is that a live show or is that like a previously taped?
Live from the Beacon.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
Well,
I'd like to see
Beacon's
that,
figured
actually.
it out apparently.
Can you
They're
shoot me
the
that
only
link,
venue that-
Patrick?
Yeah.
Shoot me that link because I'd actually like to see that one.
Throw it in the.
Notice I didn't ask for the KISS link. I mean, not that I don't like KISS, but I just don't know that I'll be
It all comes
watching
with
them
it.
at 5 o'clock tomorrow or 1 or whatever it was. Hi, Jeff Ravitz.
It's in the chat.
That Kiss concert was the one I was supposed to go see right before the whole shutdown here at the Staples Center.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's right. They were out.
they were
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
I saw it. I think it was last year that I saw it. Last like November or October or something, and it was
I remember-
amazing. I was actually blown away by it. I really was, which surprised me because I really didn't want to go, but when the manager calls you and says you need to come down here.
Oh, they're entertaining as well. Huh?
Yeah. No, it was really good. I was honestly impressed by the two 70-year-old guys that were jumping around like they were 30. They didn't just fake it. You know what I mean? Like Paul Stanley was doing all his same, sexy moves and stuff. And Gene was doing all the shit that Gene does. They sounded great. They put on a great show. I was surprised.
They were even better before Peter Criss came in and ruined the band.
Aw.
Oh. So
Poor Peter Criss.
yeah, he's had a rough go. I read his book. He had a hard time. Him and Ace. But what do you guys think about the idea that KISS could be like, what's that band from South America, Maná, where they just keep getting new members?
Menudo, you mean?
Menudo.
Menudo.
Yeah. Menudo.
Wouldn't that require Gene Simmons to give up a portion of his cut?
No,
Well, I mean, the fact that he'll be 80 and
That's
still
why it's
getting
never
it.
going to happen. Gene Simmons is never going to give up a cent.
Gene Simmons will be like, y'all can quit. I'm still gonna play.
No, what Gene will do is license out positions in the band. That's how that.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
With him.
No, but no, I think actually Kiss is probably the one band or one of few that could pull that off. That there could be still a Kiss for another 40 years, that they keep getting paid all of the rights on it and stuff, and they just hire people to be the Kiss members.
Like
said
a
that-
women
I
group.
said like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
don't you
Blue Man
remember
Group.
when Yes did
That's
that?
true. Yeah.
Yes did
yeah,
that in the early 80s.
Yeah,
They
sort
had
of.
the Buggles fill in for them.
Was the
Right. I remember that.
Yeah,
Well,
they just
Foreigner-
like took a
Foreigner has
tour
no
off and
original
had somebody stand in for them.
Oh my Lord.
Y'all
Foreigner
are
has no original members. They're a cover band.
Yeah,
But
Beach
I
Boys
don't
are
know,
kind of halfway there.
I think Kiss could continue like as a, whatever you call it, a franchise or whatever.
It's like
I
the
don't know.
Blue Man Group, though. I mean,
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
do you really
Yeah.
even know that it's not the original guys if they do it carefully enough?
You're actually.
The name is now officially the Blue Men Group, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's
I
what
think
the
it's
management-
officially bankrupt and
management
shut
tried
down
to
right
do
now,
that.
isn't it?
Management tried to do that with Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
And
Oh, really? Well, yeah,
they-
because
they-
do you really know who's behind that big head thing?
they were like, here we go, this is perfect, this guy wants to wear a helmet everywhere. And to spite them, he got the giant Space Invader tattoo on his neck, just
Because you
his
couldn't
outfit
copy that.
was exposed.
Yeah.
But it's not about whether you could get around it or not, but it was the level of person you're dealing with in that helmet.
Douchiness.
He
Yeah.
immediately got his giant green neck tattoo.
That's funny.
Brought it up.
So
I don't know
Pascal,
how I
can
don't know how
can
I
share
feel
a
about
screen?
that whole thing. Sorry. What's that?
Oh,
Bob?
about me sharing a screen?
Go ahead.
Myself.
I said-
Go ahead. Share the damn
okay.
screen.
Well, you might.
I'd-
Well, no,
I'd let
no.
you.
I'm going to tell you a story because we're on the verge of New Year's Eve, right? So the year 2000 was coming, and well, the country of Kiribati
What the hell is
decided
that?
that. Well, I'm going to show you in just a second. That's kind of the punchline here, because
No, I meant
they
this bug
decided.
flying around my head.
Oh, okay.
I'll mute
All right, maybe
myself.
you do know Kiribati then. But the point is that they decided that if they would just, in spite of the scientists and professors, change the date line so that they were the first country to become in the year 2000, then they could have cruise ships come down. They would party on them, and then they'd go back across the date line, and they'd be the last country celebrating the year.
Which country?
So now I'm going to share a screen of the international date line that you guys probably haven't paid too much attention to. And if you go to, you might want to go to presentation. Let's see.
This isn't going to be like Santa NORAD or something, is it?
No, I've got, that's a brilliant story, but there you go. Look at that.
Okay.
That's the
What?
scientific change of our date line because of Kiribati's decision for the year 2000.
Like a dateline with a nipple.
Exactly.
So wait,
Or
is it
a- or a
temporary?
penis.
That looks
That's
like
where Hawaii is. They're in our time zone, but they're a day earlier than us.
That's
Does it stay that
bizarre.
way?
That wacky
Genius.
or what?
Genius.
Bob,
That
I
is
have to ask,
crazy.
There was a
who is actually the governing party that decides that? Like when I decide that I want to shift the date line over to Sloan, Nevada for a minute, who do I talk to for that kind of thing?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to go.
Joe Biden.
Stop share. Okay.
You just trying to end it really quickly. Like, why do you want to move it?
Why not?
Sorry,
Try to drive them crazy. You know?
Everybody's looking for a legacy, right? I
stop
did
asking so many
this.
questions.
Now, did you guys hear the story about why NORAD tracked Santa Claus? I thought that was an amazing story.
So they don't mistakenly shoot him somewhere?
No, this is a really cool
So I
story.
could take him out with an ATM missile.
I actually
up,
just
tell the
found out a
story.
couple
Quiet
days
down
ago
now.
that there is no Santa Claus.
Oh,
I'm still kind of pissed
whoa.
off about that.
do not believe
Still
that.
a little bit pissed off about
Tell me
that.
when you guys are calmed down so I can tell you. This.
2020 just never stopped.
You're
Go
gonna
on,
feel
Bob.
better about life after I tell you this story. Here's the story. 1955, Sears and Roebuck puts out a in print full page ad and says, "Kids, call Santa Claus now." And they have their phone bank of Santa Claus people to talk to kids and the like. But with a misprint in the newspaper, they called NORAD. And the general answers on the line. And he's sure somebody's pulling his foot, you know, until he finally makes the kid cry unstoppably. And he says, "Let me talk to your mother." And the mother says, "Didn't you read the paper?" And then checking the paper, indeed, it's their phone number. So he goes back on, talks to the kid, talks how what a good kid he's been, and all these things. And well, he hangs up, but the phones are ringing like nuts in NORAD now. So he puts two of the privates on, and they field a day of calls talking to kids because that's what's coming in. And he's not killing this. And he goes off to lunch, and he comes back from lunch, and up on the big NORAD board, somebody's put a transparency of Santa Claus's sleigh as the earth turns dark. And they go, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was a inside joke. We should take that down for sure. I'm so sorry you even saw that." And rather than fire anybody or get pissed off, he picked up the phone and he called the local news, told him who he was, and that at NORAD they were tracking Santa Claus, told him where Santa Claus was, and every hour on the air they're following. All the media would be calling him, asking, "Where is he now?"
That is friggin' awesome.
That's too cute.
That is so cool.
All right.
So that's so cool. So cool, Bob.
Did anybody go on the NORAD site this year and look at it?
I did with my kids.
There you
Very
go.
cool.
Well, that's why it happens.
Matt, you were by yourself for Christmas though, and you're sitting there nodding yes.
Of course I checked it out. When somebody posted, I was like, let's check this out. But Santa Claus was apparently in New York City at like 7 p.m. I was like, no, he's not. At 7.
I saw him over Afghanistan and I got real worried.
Marsha, when Bob said about the phone number, it reminded me like probably 25 years ago or something. You called me and you said, "Did you know that if I reverse your phone number, it's some sex line?" And I go, "No way." So I hung up on you and I called it, and it was like,
and it was,
"My baby, you're so hot." Oh my God. And I'm like, what the hell?
That was the Christmas that Marcel got an $800 phone bill.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm shocked, Marcel, I'm shocked you didn't. Were you
at
at high end at the time?
I think I was.
I'm shocked you didn't have high end cards printed with that number.
Oh, I should have. You know, there's an airline in Canada called WestJet, which is like the Southwest Airlines in Canada. And I think their number is like 1888 WestJet. But if you call 1-800-WestJet, you get a sex line, or you used to. Maybe you don't anymore. They might have finally won the lawsuit. But you used to, if you called 1-800-WestJet. I mean, brilliant marketing on behalf of whoever did that. But
well, for a long time, wasn't whitehouse.com a porn site?
Yeah,
I don't know. You would know.
Whitehouse.com, because it's whitehouse.gov. So, but if you put in .com, I think it was a porn site for a long time.
Are you sure it wasn't .cum? Just
Well,
kidding.
you have that one as well. I'm not sure.
Just kidding.
I have a holiday story that also is an old time story. And Cosmo, you may know this because it's tradition in Austria and in Germany to call our holiday of New Year's Eve Sylvester. And the customary saying is "Einen guten Rutsch ins neues Jahr," which means slip easily into the new year. So New Year's Day is New Year's Day, but New Year's Eve is Sylvester. And it's so called that because around 10 AD, Pope Sylvester decreed that the more noise we make on New Year's Eve up on our planet, on our face of the earth, the more we will keep the devil at bay coming into the new year. So it's a sign of luck. And there began the custom of shooting off fireworks and making as much noise as we can on New Year's Eve. So that's my little bit of show and tell, the tell part. I don't have anything to show, but I did spend a New Year's Eve in Vienna one year, which is amazing. And you really do have to watch for the fireworks that just go off randomly all over the city on streets, because that's what people do. They just shoot off fireworks, like serious fireworks. You can get really, really hurt.
Sounds like Miami.
Yeah, a little bit like Miami. We were talking about this last week.
Fireworks.
But it's great. And then another thing that's kind of fun in Vienna is it's customary to kiss a chimney sweep for good luck. And sure enough, there are chimney sweeps walking around the city looking like they were Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins with their chimney sweep sticks and everything. And they'll take pictures with you and whatnot. It's all very touristy and fun, but that's my little bit of history. So for everybody, ein Wunsch für einen guten Rutsch ins neues Jahr.
Exactly. Boy, would I fuck that up.
Bye.
I can't even repeat what you just said.
Flip easily into the new year.
Yeah.
Or slide.
It's easy in English. It's easy in English.
The sentiment is the same, but it's kind of interesting that they don't have New Year's Eve. They celebrate Pope Sylvester.
Very cool.
Well, in France, it's the same thing. It's Saint Sylvester.
Okay.
Oh.
But you call New Year's Eve Sylvester too?
Yep.
All right. I've only done it in Germany and in Austria, so I can't speak for other countries.
Well, my story's not near as impressive, but Sylvester Stallone just bought a house in Palm Beach. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Did Sly sell his place in Miami?
I don't know, but he bought a place in Palm Beach for $35 million. It's been in the news like crazy.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to trade him for Trump in Florida?
No, they're neighbors, I guess. I mean, they're neighbors.
I saw something on the news where Mar-a-Lago, that Trump signed some of the residency rights of Mar-a-Lago over like years ago when he made it a public facility, and now he can claim it as his residence and live there.
Yeah, because he can only stay there for 21 days at a time.
Yeah, so I have no idea what is going to happen, and I don't really get the Palm Beach news so much down here. It's unless it really makes the headlines. I don't know. Do you get much Broward County news? Because I get very little Palm Beach local information.
No, we do.
Yeah, we have different.
We get Broward news because not much really happens up here. It's pretty boring. A lot of old.
We don't get any of that in the room.
Yeah. So Peter, you posted a picture today that I liked, and
oh yeah,
was that today?
Like
the
you
moon
don't have
shot
any snow with the moon.
Yeah.
That
but
was
over
last
the
night.
lake. The lake.
Yeah, it was.
It's not
off our back
frozen?
deck. No, we're frozen today. Actually, it's partially frozen, but no, we've got snow. The it's hard to tell by moonlight.
I mean,
but,
that picture looked like it could be a nice spring night or fall night.
Oh
or,
no! Zoom
I
in
didn't see
on
any
it,
ice
'cause
or snow. Or
Heavenly
anything.
Valley, which is off to the right as you look at it, is covered in about several feet of snow.
It's so beautiful. Your view out of your backyard is like to
Yeah,
die
it's a
for.
great
It's
view.
so nice.
Great view.
Yeah. Very
But
nice.
Lake level, we've got a few inches, but we're getting a lot of snow in the next few days. So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I know up where my house is in Canada, where I can't go. There's just a shit ton of snow. The skiing has been incredible up there.
you can't go into Canada. What's the story behind that?
Well, I can, but I have to quarantine.
Quarantine.
So,
Oh,
you
okay.
know,
I thought there was something else.
yeah, I mean, I really can't afford to take 5 weeks off to go up in quarantine for 2 weeks and spend some time skiing or whatever, right? So
Has it stayed cold up there, or have you thawed? Because last week when we were on our Zoom, I had 2 feet of snow at my house in the Catskills. And 2 days after Christmas, my neighbor who mows sent me a picture of my driveway that had washed away because they had 7 inches of rain and everything flooded. He said, the house is okay, but your driveway's kind of washed away a bit, and like hardly any snow.
wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow and then a lot of rain following. So
And now there's snow again up at my house, but I think just about 4 or 5 inches. Welcome to
Nice.
winter, right?
So Patrick, are you a Raiders fan now? Because we
Only
kicked your
if
ass
property
last week.
values go up.
We kicked your ass. We beat you badly.
Yeah, we did good.
I think by
Okay.
1 point on the last play of the game. Patrick doesn't care.
I will never be a Raiders fan.
Until they start needing lighting design, I'm not really a good fan.
As you can see by my hat, I am not a Raiders fan.
Oh, Broncos. There you go. There you go.
Now, we are hopeful that the property values will go up once that stadium starts cranking.
Yeah, that is such an incredible building. It's so hard to see it with no people in it, though. I mean, I'm sure they're hating life too, but
gorgeous architecture. It looks really cool.
Oh, it's unreal. I mean, from the outside, from above, you know, it's just a really cool looking building.
It's very slick. Like
it's very Raiders, very Las Vegas.
Yeah.
My house is about 2 miles. My house is about 2 miles from the Raiders practice facility, and it has gone just absolutely crazy down there. The building and the restaurants and the hotels and everything that's coming in right around that facility. It's amazing.
Yeah. Have you know property values going up yet?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has. We're higher now than we were at the peak in 2008 before it all died. But yeah, I'm refined right now. They didn't even do a what do you call it? Appraisal. They just did it just based on, values of surrounding property.
Wow.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The only good thing I can say about the Raiders.
They'll be good. I mean, the thing is, in Las Vegas, you guys have such a rabid desire for sports teams. You know, the way that you guys have embraced the Golden Knights and how well they've done as a result of that. I think the Raiders are going to do really, really well in Vegas.
I hope so.
But they had a fan base before they came here, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they had to hold 10,000 of the season tickets available that will be available for Raider season ticket holders in Oakland. Yeah. So I mean, they brought a fan base with them, which is the worst part of the Raiders, really. And,
I mean, you'd almost want to change the name of that team to bring them there and get rid of that amazing legacy that they've got, because they've got such a dark, evil legacy. Yeah, I mean, it's all about fighting and killing people in the parking lot and all that kind of stuff. You know, but I don't know. I think they'll do.
That's what I said. I don't mind if the Raiders come. Just leave your fans behind. But that's probably
Yeah, if the fans can open, you're in a much better spot. It is interesting seeing the people, because it's a tourist attraction, even though it's not got anything going on in it. So like diehard Raiders fans are always outside taking selfies in front of it.
And buying swag and stuff, probably.
There's no buying anything. It's, they're standing there with their jerseys on. I mean, there's no business. Well, they've got a video wall up and they're playing the games outside on game days.
Oh, on the side of the building? They're doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Four Walls got a video wall there.
Well, but can people stand out there and watch?
The whole side of the stadium is a video wall. Which is
they've got, I don't know, but I know Four Wall had one up that playing on the home game days. But,
have you heard anything about the MSG Sphere? I heard they put a pause on everything.
No,
they're still moving forward, right?
No, there was an article the other day. They're showing it on the news how that's going full speed ahead.
Yes, okay. Somebody told me that yesterday that they put a pause on it. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like I said, unless something's changed in the last probably week and a half, because I saw something on the news. They were showing how far it's become, how far it's gotten, and that they're just continuing building it.
Because I saw Madison Square Garden, or was that AEG?
What's that?
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
It's MSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's going to be really impressive when it's done. It'll be completely outdated with its technology by the time they put it in, but it'll be impressive.
That's so MSG.
Are you guys going out or staying in for New Year's?
Staying
In
in.
Vegas, you mean?
Everyone. Is
I'm
anyone
home.
going out?
We're
I was
going,
invited-
Always home.
Staying in.
Who's going
Not
out?
up
Ellen?
we're
early.
going out.
Ellen's
It's
going out.
amateur night.
Where are you going, Ellen?
We're going to a restaurant around the corner called Zion.
Nice.
That has, this is like this, tourist trap down here. So the prices for New Year's Eve dinners range from some places that just have their regular menu. So I think the highest this year is 1,150 euros per person, including a bottle of Dom Perignon for two. So
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Crazy.
I think Nikki Beach, Eden Rock, I don't know. One of the places just announced like a 2,500, I don't know, it's insane. So we're going to this little place around the corner with some friends that just flew in today.
How are you
Just to
guys
s-
doing there? Like, do you have any of this virus stuff there or no?
No, this
Not at
island
all?
is sort of like a COVID-free bubble. You have to have a test within 72 hours to get here. And if anybody like even sniffles twice, they go get a test. And they just set up an antigen. They had PCR tests at the main lab. Now they just set up an antigen drive-by. Oddly enough, next to the morgue, but it's where they have public space, and you can go and get your results in 30 minutes. So I think they're like, if anybody suspects anything, and you have to write your name and telephone number when you go into a restaurant. You have to wear a mask walking in and out of a restaurant, and social distancing. There's no big events of any sort. So except the beaches are just packed, but they're trying really to make sure that everybody that comes here is not sick.
Yeah.
So where is that exactly, Ellen?
It's St. Bart's. It's a little
Oh, okay.
tropical
Yeah,
island next
Yeah, I've been
to
there.
Martin. But so far, we have been really lucky, knock on wood. I think there's never been more than 10 cases at any given time.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, there's only 10,000 people live here. So one case is already an epidemic. So they're really trying to keep it as low as possible. And so far, so good. So everything is open. Everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
10,000
Anyone else going out?
I'm going out for an early dinner.
Well, there you go.
I did that last year when there was no COVID, but I don't even feel like doing that this year. I don't know why. Not because of COVID, but because it is amateur night. Like it's such a, I don't know. When you go out early, it seems to be okay, but when you go out for like a 10 o'clock dinner or something, it's just like bad service, overpriced.
Right.
You know,
I think
when
that comes with age.
I don't know, in Florida, you have to drive and people are lunatics on a normal night. And I was invited to a party, which I would have gone to, the people I went to Thanksgiving dinner with, except I don't really want to be driving on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And it was more that than anything else. I kind of said that to myself years ago. It's amateur night. It's not worth it. My friends who I want to be with, I can be with elsewise. I've been doing some Zooms. I did some holiday Zooms for Christmas. I'll do a couple of Zooms for New Year's and bring in the new year with some friends in various time zones. So, such as 2020, right? An electronic year.
Yeah, Vegas, they're still shutting the whole strip down. All the roads and everything will go into full closures.
Hey, Patrick,
So there's
I heard
no-
something on the news about the Mirage closing.
What?
They're closing their they're one of the few that are closing their casino floors Monday through Thursday, I think.
Not for good.
So because and everybody got up in arms about it, but if you freaked out, but the reality is most of the casinos have been doing that. So Cosmo is closed. Most of them, like the hotels themselves, are closed Monday through Wednesday.
But some of them are keeping their gaming floors open.
Yeah, they were keeping
and
gaming
closing the
floors open.
casinos.
But Encore did a full shut. So they were shutting the hotel and the gaming floor down, but then they would leave the Wynn open, and then just shut the restaurants down Monday through Wednesday. So it's sort of all over the place.
So there's no like New Year's on the Strip show or anything.
Traditionally, we do a massive, absolutely.
No, I know that. but
Yeah,
there's
it's really
nothing-
nice.
And they've canceled all of that.
What about
Only
Times Square?
one-
There's nothing in Times Square either.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah,
the
the
ball.
virtual thing in Times Square.
So
It's-
they're actually there now setting up. They're going to do live shows, just no people.
Yeah.
Paul Miller is doing the Dick
No
Clark.
people?
No people.
How are they gonna stop them?
Police.
The
The
police
same
are preventing anyone from coming in?
Are you kidding me? Have you?
Barricades, stop
have
the
you-
subways.
I was
What I understand is it's all going to be broadcast. But
I was there with an artist, Diana. They have 2 blocks blocked off with barricades and police officers.
Horses. I think there's gonna be 1,000 horses out tomorrow night.
Like you need 3 laminates to get to Times Square on
Nice.
New Year's Eve. So they're locking that whole place down.
It's like the Halloween parade when you can't cross the street and you're like, but I live there. And they're like, sorry, the next crossover is at 33rd Street. I'm gonna-
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But does anyone know if John Trowbridge did the programming on the ball again this year?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Yeah, he posted a picture of installing the one up there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and they added some new crystals to replace some of the little triangles that had come out.
Cool. He's been doing that for like decades. He's a good buddy since they put that new ball in.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken such a vacation.
Oh, hey, you guys, it's Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
I was just going to tell you guys I worked for Dick Clark for years, and you know that whole Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve show is pretty much taped. It's all taped except for the piece at Times Square, so it's already been in the can for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the artists don't actually perform. It's all the band. It's all in the can, and the artist fights to sing. That's why you got the really great Mariah Carey performance a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I was talking with Steven from Pyrotechnico today, and he said that they've got all kinds of recorded fireworks shows and stuff. Like they did one a couple days ago at the Hard Rock Stadium. There's a bunch of New Year's shows that are pre-recorded.
I heard a lot of people are doing that because they just, to avoid similar to what they did on 4th of July, they're doing it spread out and then they'll edit it all together. They just want to advertise anything that'll bring crowds together.
Right.
When I was at the Palladium, so I'm going back to late 80s, we did a New Year's Eve special for CBS where we pre-taped like 90% of it, and then there was the hosts that were live. I think they were live at the Waldorf. And then everything else had been pre-taped, and it was all, you know, the artists and stuff that were at Palladium and edited in. Kind of like what you're saying they did with Dick Clark, Nancy.
Jeff, didn't you do the Los Angeles portion of the Dick Clark New Year's Eve stuff?
No, that's Lee Rose.
Oh, Lee Rose. Sorry.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but the first year we had the concert television lighting classes. Jeff will know about this. We rented some, what was the name of that studio space?
Center Stage.
Center Stage. And we had like,
in Burbank.
6 months out. And they had like 3 days or I don't know, 2 weeks. What was it, like 2 weeks? Lee Rose calls us and says, I have bad news for you guys. But the Dick Clark set's going to be in there. You really can't have your classes in there. And we're like, what? So we worked it out with him that they took out all the camera platforms and a lot of the stuff and they left in the set. So people walked in and they're like, wow, these sets are amazing. Where'd you get these sets for these classes? This is fabulous. We go, oh, well, it's for the Dick Clark. And Lee is going like, you know, like, don't tell them it's already in the can. Tell them we're going to do it here on New Year's Eve. But if you watch the show, it does say in very little
in October.
You don't want anybody
You
to
were
pull
there,
the-
Patrick, except that you were there on Skype.
True.
Was that the year from
Dressed impeccably.
the room in the bathrobe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was white. It blew out a little bit on camera.
Yeah, it was tough.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was a good year.
That was.
Asen, you're way too quiet tonight. What's going on with you? What
No,
happened?
I'm actually
Hey,
working. I'm trying to work at the same time.
Ah.
We start a load
Hey, you
in.
guys, it's Nancy
Saturday.
May. Sorry. I was going to say, at least you guys haven't had to do Barry Manilow's shows on New Year's Eve for years and years like we used to have to do at Universal.
Yeah. I think most of the people here would be happy to do a Barry Manilow show right now, though. Yeah.
Take anyone right now.
Yeah.
Be happy to do
Yeah.
a Muppet show right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Well, Happy New Year, everyone.
What are you doing for New Year's, Marcel?
And I honestly believe that 2021 is going to kick ass. I mean, I've been talking to so many different companies who, like, I've had companies tell me, we think it's going to come back in March. We think it's going to come back in June. I had somebody today who said, I'm positive it's not coming back till 2022. But I think we're going to have a pretty decent year in 2021 as an industry.
Not in the beginning, but
no,
I
well,
think
the beginning's same as it is today.
I gotta hit day 91 eventually, right?
Yeah.
Day 91. Yeah.
Could
we please just forget
291 away, but whatever. We're getting
yeah.
it.
It's feeling
At this point, I'd be
like,
happy for 291. You know?
It's feeling more like the
On a
fall.
sliding scale.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
getting
I
the
mean,
fall vibe way more. So
I hope
just-
you're wrong.
I
but,
do too, but
you
we
might be
shoulda had-
right.
we should have had 20 million people with needles in their arms by tomorrow, and there's only like 3. So
yeah,
just needs to pick up. We need to hit that immunity. So
Well, this is the problem by not
on the
putting a
horizon
super
is a
manager in
good
charge of the rollout instead of the CDC.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. Like,
not wrong.
Government industry has never run as efficiently as we're all used to running. So it just, you knew it was going to be a clusterfuck.
I
Well,
said,
as much
give
as
it
I
to Jake
personally-
Berry. It had happened.
Oh, you just took the words right out of my mouth, Mark.
Yeah.
What was that old? Was it not T-Mobile? What was the one where they had?
Yeah,
the
it was
walkie-talkie?
T-Mobile.
And it's like, when roadies
No,
take
it was Sprint.
industry, the shit just runs.
Yep. What Charlie Hernandez did.
Yeah, just a bunch of roadies. Let us
Yeah.
take over.
It was the Sprint where the roadies run, if the roadies run the airports.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great. But yeah, I mean, Jake Berry.
No, it was Nextel. Nextel got bought by Sprint.
Would have handled with a third of the cost and 10 times the efficiency.
Nah, not with Jake. I don't know about a third of the cost. It happened, but it wouldn't have been.
It would have got done.
Coming in hot.
It would have got done. That was what's important,
It
right?
would have got done. It would have got done. No, I say that all the time about all kinds of different things, like healthcare. Give healthcare, God forbid, as much as I hate this company today, but give healthcare to Google, and they'll figure it out really quickly, and you'll have some crazy app that does everything, right? But I don't know.
Listen,
Well,
I
we'll
don't
get there.
A little sunshine on the horizon is a good thing. And Marcel, I agree with you. 2021 must be better. We must keep a positive outlook, even though with baby steps of progress, it is progress.
Well, I'm going to tell you something really weird. I mean, for me, for my company, for GearSource, the last week has been bizarrely really good. Like, I mean, the
People
crazy
spending
orders.
money before the end of the year before they lose their funding.
No,
That's what that's about.
But there's no such thing as CapEx right now, because I explored that idea, but nobody has CapEx, so it's not CapEx. It's, I don't know. There's real business out there, and I have the luxury of the world, so sometimes it's somebody buying in Lithuania from Denmark, or whatever, right? But I mean, our business over the last, the Christmas period normally is completely dead in the used gear market, right? We've been busy as crazy. I mean, it's just been nuts. So I don't know if that means that things are picking up a little bit, or if, it's just an anomaly. I don't know.
Well, in the final moments of 2020, Craig Caserta just became an ordained minister.
Wow.
That's funny.
You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. That's real?
And will he perform ceremonies from that fabulous treehouse?
Get the fuck out of here. He's good. Oh, I mean, I guarantee he's got a church of, somethingtology happening in that treehouse right now.
What's going on? Shit's going down.
We're gonna hear about it as an event space. I'm sure of it.
That is insane. That's the craziest shit I've heard today, Josh. I love that.
Over there.
Does that
I
mean he
love
can
that.
marry people on the LDI show floor?
Yeah,
Yes, he could.
that is insane. That is
All right.
insane.
I'll
Wow.
volunteer to light any of Craig's ceremonies.
Oh, good.
Right now.
That's
Right now.
hilarious. I mean, could you imagine what that would be like?
Insane.
So we're all gathered here. So wada wada bing bang and
yeah,
yada yada. And do you fuck it? Go.
Communist biscuit shit, man. Get on.
Hey, bitch, you
Yada,
like
yada,
this dude over
yada,
here?
yada.
Hey, you like
That's
that
pretty
fucking
good,
broad?
Josh.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, no, that's gonna be funny.
Can he perform an
That's cool.
exorcism on John Weisman?
Can anyone?
Not
Can anyone?
gonna
I mean,
happen.
I need an
many
old
have
priest
tried
the
to
young
kill him, and
priest.
it just doesn't work. Yeah, Wiseman, good luck. All right, people. Happy New Year. Love you all. And
Happy New Year.
Happy healthy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
Be
Year,
safe.
everybody.
Be safe.
Easily
Be
into
well.
the new
Yeah.
year.
To a much better
promise you by
21.
By next
And-
Wednesday, I'm going to be kicking ass. So I hope you guys can all keep up.
Yeah.
Do our best. I'll put on my running shoes.
All right, folks.
See you, everybody.
See you all next
well.
year.
All right.
well.
See everybody in the new
Everybody.
year.